Hello, hi, my name is Crypto Sport, and in this video, I'll go through the latest crypto developments. Before we get started, if you can hit the like and subscribe button, currently sitting at 451 subscribers, hoping to hit the 1,000 mark. Looks like my prediction is somewhat coming true. As you probably saw my video on my channel, if you haven't checked it out, it was recorded on January the 28th. I'll give you guys a brief glimpse here. Where I thought, given the data that was coming through in January, February time, given the data that was coming in December, January time regarding CPI ratings across the world, you'll see there January 28th. I thought around March time we could probably see a potential bottom. This week's been mental pretty much, probably one of the most volatile weeks in crypto since June last year. We've had a number of events that have come in, so I'll just cover them off. We've seen USDC at DPEG is currently trading at 0.89. If you go on CoinMarketCap, you'll see it went down to 0.87, DPEG from $1. So that's a big news. Just mental, almost like the Luna depegging. Circle depegged and now it's trading. You can see there currently stablecoins USDC, DAI, and USDT all trading under 0.05, 0.95, should be trading at $1. Circle confirms that 3.3 billion pounds of their money was in the Silicon Valley Bank, which collapsed and is being delisted from the S&P 500, the biggest banking collapse since the Lehman Brothers in 2008. Coinbase temporarily suspends pause USDC to US dollar conversions, while the banks are closed during this period of heightened activity. Conversions rely on USDC transfers. So this was a statement they put out. We are temporarily pausing USDC to US dollars conversion over the weekend while banks are closed. During periods of heightened activity, conversions rely on USD transfers from banks that cleared during normal banking hours. When banks open on Monday, we plan to recommence the conversions. Your assets remain safe and are available on chain. So yeah, Elon Musk says he is open to an idea of Twitter buying Silicon Valley Bank and making it a digital bank. He said that. I'm not sure Elon Musk is the right person to take over, considering what's happening with Twitter and his own companies right now and his highly volatile nature of tweeting and affecting the markets. The president and the CEO of the collapsed Silicon Valley Bank, Greg Becker, was a Class A director at the San Francisco Federal Reserve, Reuters have reported. Again, Binance temporarily suspended the conversions as well, citing market activities. Binance put out a similar statement to Coinbase. Binance did it first, in fact. Binance has temporarily suspended auto conversion of USDC to BSD due to market conditions. It's a normal risk management procedure taking place. Nearly 50% of all venture capital backup startup funds in the US had exposure to Silicon Valley Bank, which is quite big. So big tech companies could see a knock-on effect with this come Monday. You see a lot of companies reporting payroll issues, etc. Like they might struggle to meet payroll because they had money in the bank, which has now collapsed. BlockFi Crypto Bank had over £227 million in the collapsed bank. Roku had 26% of its cash in its bank. Yesterday, as on Thursday, the Silicon Valley Bank CEO told investors to not panic, but obviously, given what's going on, like it was inevitable. So yeah, Silicon Valley's CEO himself sold 3.57 billion worth of stock in the past 2 weeks. So he probably saw what was coming. And the infamous Jim Cramer predicted that the SIVB said it was a safe investment. Now look, it's collapsed. As I say to you, it's the largest bank failure since the Great Recession and since the Lehman Brothers in 2008. Biden was out in force last week telling the markets to calm down. The US unemployment rate did increase from 3.4% to 3.6%, but that didn't calm the markets down either. If you take a look at Bitcoin, it went from 23,000 to 19,000, so quite a significant drop. So altcoins are holding up quite well in comparison, though. Just go through some more news. We go later down. We saw Facebook announcing potential job cuts coming again this week, and one of the big tech companies that continue to cut staff in order to save money. Last week, we saw New York DA say that Ethereum is a security in the KuCoin lawsuit, which had an effect on the market. Pretty much bad news all last week. President Biden called for 5.5 million trillion in tax increases over the next decade. Pretty bad. Biden also wanted to double capital gains tax from 20% to 40%, which will have an effect on crypto people who make profit. Silvergate Capital obviously shut down their operations, as you all know as well. Pretty much bad news since March. in line with what I posted, one of the first people to post it on my channel. The Federal Reserve Chairman Powell said that he's not afraid to hike rates at a faster rate. He said that whilst giving statement to Congress last week. JP Morgan ended their banking relationship with Jemima Exchange. Jemima denies that they ended it, but they have. So yeah, predictions that there'll be a recession. I think when the rate cuts happen, there'll be more big tech job cuts coming, and then after that, we'll probably see a slowdown. The market should recover after that in the second half of the year, after September, October time is my prediction. So yeah, overall, as I say to you, pretty volatile week. You can check out the other news here. I hope I've covered off most of it. As I say to you, I was one of the first channels to mention that crypto will potentially bottom in March. Local bottom is in worse than last time. If you found the video useful, please hit the like and subscribe button. I hope to drop more content in the coming days.